Oh dear, that's not very good, is it? So I put a cup of tea down on my desk and I then proceed to shake said desk and my bloody tea spills all over the place. So I spent the last half an hour cleaning up. Not good, my friends, not good. Hopefully no permanent damage. Everything appears to be alright. Excuse me while I drink my fresh cup of tea. Shout out and congratulations to Mr. Big Daddy on reaching a milestone of 400 subscribers. Well deserved, my friend. Congratulations. God willing, you can get your internet sorted out by another service provider. Perhaps a hi-fi Wi-Fi hotspot, or perhaps satellite broadband. Now, what are we going to do? Let us check our settings here just to make sure everything is hunky-dory. I did check the mod hub before I came in. There's nothing new out, which is unfortunate. Cormac, 135 horsepower. Let's check the installed mods here. So we still have a few mods to look at, to check out, but we are focusing primarily on the Borgalt DLC. I'm wondering if I have anything. I think everything should be fine there. Oh, excuse me. Let me just put this cup out of the way in case I spill it again. There we go. Okay. Right. Let's get into it, shall we? Large tractors. Mr. Big Bud. The big bud. The big boy. Shall we go for triple wheels? What do you think? Should we go balls to the wall here with triple wheels? Or should we just go for that? I don't know. I don't fancy spending the extra cash on triples. What do you think, my friends? Should we go balls to the wall? You know what? What the hell? Let us go balls to the wall. It's only money, right? We need to bring this chap down here again because he moved out of his position. So, we do have the Borgalt DLC. What the hell is going on with these wires? Holy buckets. Bloody wires everywhere. bloody thing is trapped underneath my seat. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's try that again. Bloody hell. Give me a second here. I need to, I've got cables tied up everywhere. What the hell is going on here? Oh, you son of a bitch. Ugh, Jesus. Cables everywhere. I'm gonna do a better job at this. There we go. That is better. Alright. Now we're cooking with grease. Right. So we do have the Borg Alt DLC here, as you can see. We've got pretty much everything rented. We're going to be using everything. That's the weeder. I'm waiting for weeds to grow, but yeah, that's the weeder. We have weeds at the bottom here. Let's go to the bottom. Hold on, there's some weeds here. There we go. So my friends, this is a massive 27.4 meter weeder. I think it's absolutely enormous. It could be a cheaper alternative to a self-propelled sprayer. That is certainly an option if you wanted to go that direction. One thing I don't like about this is the working speed of this thing. It's pretty lackluster at only 7 mph. I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure the weeders we have already are much quicker than this. So that is a little bit disappointing. So let us just take care of these weeds here. So what we can do is, excuse me, we can set this up here, ready for when the weeds start to grow. So this is our modified little Mahindra Retriever. It's very cool. Works very nice. Take very much. Let us see if we can get rid of this straw. We cannot. Boom. Okay. Anything else we can get rid of it? Almost. We almost got there. Holy buckets. Hey Mouse, how are you, sir? How are things? So, yeah, we do have the Borgolds, Borgo, what the hell they call it. We do have it. Oh, holy buckets. Let's just park that there. Right. So as you can see, we have all the big pieces of equipment there. So we have to continue work on field 56. Now I am actually thinking of, you know what? Let me leave that there. I'm thinking of breaking out the big bud, getting the huge triple wheel setup thing going. So we have that rented, and we're going to put that on the big 30 meters air seeder. And this down here is the 23 meter one. I do wish the John Deere 9RX was faster. It would be nice if that was 32 mph. I don't know if in the real world if there is a fan inside of this thing. Don't these engines usually have some kind of a fan going inside them? I can't see anything in there. Is that a fan blade in there? Is that a fan blade in there? It's hard to say. I can't quite see it. There is a fan in there. Hold on a second. There is a fan in there, but it's not moving. You son of a bitch, Giants. They did it again. Sons of bitches. There is a fan inside that engine. And it is not bloody spinning. What the hell is wrong with Giants? And their incomplete, shoddy models. Seriously? Yeah, there it is. I can see it. So you see that? There's the center hub there. You see that? And then you have the blades on the outside. Sons of bitches. They did it again. I'll have to post in the Giants forum about that. Unbelievable. And I have a feeling I must download or I must install the custom modding version. I can pretty much guarantee you that his one is working. I don't know what it is with Giants, but they seem to, you know, they're releasing incomplete. Yeah, I can see the fan in there. There's a big ass fan inside in there, and it is not spinning. As soon as you turn on the engine, that thing is supposed to move. But as usual with Giants, they've obviously rushed this release out. Yeah, I can see it there inside. That is definitely not spinning. And Farmer Klein mentioned something else as well. He said there was a second PTO that isn't spinning on these machines. So you can see the one underneath, but there is another PTO on the top that is supposed to spin as well. And Farmer Klein said that you know, it's not functioning. I wonder what that. I wonder what this chain is. I wonder what that is. Could that be for towing or something? I would imagine it's for towing. So you see it's connected there. Hard to say. But there's a PTO at the back. And as I said, there should be one on top as well. So that's rather disappointing from Giants, isn't it? I would assume that we are going to be seeing a patch, version 1.2 patch or something from Giants in about, I don't know, 6 months. Hey Tiny, how are you, sir? How are things? So as I was saying, Farmer Klein came across a problem with the 9RX, and I've discovered another issue. There is a fan inside. You know, they, you know, like most tractors, they have a fan inside there. It is there, but it's not spinning. So the script isn't enabled for it. They haven't implemented it. So, Giants, you suck. So, how about this, my friends? How would you like to see this bad boy rocking and rolling? I never use these things, but just I said, what the hell? Let's break it out, and let's put it on the, you know, the big 30-meter seeder. But now the animation on these wheels is a bit weird. definitely some weird animation with these wheels. I don't know if it's because it's this triple wheel or what. The wheels do not seem, I don't know, they just look weird. So how many of you guys actually use this thing? I actually think this is the very first time I've ever used the Big Bud. It seems just ridiculously oversized. Oh, holy buckets. Well, for this particular, that 30-meter seater, now I know it says 600 horsepower that you need to run it, but you have to consider the sea tank as well. I wouldn't feel comfortable with less than, I don't know. If I was running it, I would run it with the quad track, so 692. I'd like that extra bit of, horsepower, especially, no, I mean, Ricciville is fine because the fields are completely flat. Well, most of them are. But if you had any kind of a field with a little bit of a hill or topology, you could be in trouble. Yeah, you could reduce the speed of the machine. So I would probably use the quad track just to be safe, to have enough juice. But just to do something a little bit different, and because I haven't used it before, we're going to go with the old Big Bud here. Uh, even the triple wheels are complete overkill. You don't need that. I suppose it's good for soil compaction in the real world, but even Welker farms don't run stuff like this. They'll run dual wheels, but they're not they're not that wide or anything. I do. That's working away, Nathaniel. I'll show it to you. There it is there. So that's actually it's already it's done its job. I planted hemp here, as you can see. So completed its task. It's a little bit I have noticed that it's a little bit iffy turning with it. Um, I've noticed that it can kind of pull your tractor over a little bit. I haven't flipped it, but it's the connection type or whatever is a little bit if you do a very sharp turn, you could potentially not necessarily flip, but it'll certainly lift two of your wheels off the ground. But yeah, I've used this. It's fine. It does what it's supposed to do. I'll probably put it on this field next. So we'll just set that up. I am doing carrots at the moment. So I've tried out everything. B. Yeah, I've tried out everything. So I've the two ear seeders are working away. The two seed carts I have. I have the weeder as well. I tried out the cultivator as well. It works fine. Everything works fine. There are no errors or issues with how the machines perform. The main implements, all the Borgold stuff is very high quality. It's probably one of the highest quality pieces of equipment I've seen, but there are problems with the 9RX. Now, they're not game-breaking problems, but there are stuff missing out of it. There are some scripting issues that are missing. And I think the only major, as Clutch and Farmer Klein and DJ and others have said, the only major problem I see is the fact that these bulk boom arms do not work. That is a major faux pas, boo-boo on the part of Joints. I mean, they've completely modeled them, but they don't work. I mean, how cool would it be if you could, let's say, in the same way that you can jump into a tractor, let's say you select the C cart and jump into it, okay? So then you could go along and you could, use the joysticks to, to move the boom arm up and down and in and out. And then you could lift seed bags with it and you could fill the seeder, which is, that's how they're used in the real world. It's just a huge oversight on the part of Giants to not script and have these things actually work. So, Injection Z, how are you, sir? How are things? Now, I need to empty this guy. So that's the weeder there. This thing is an absolute beast. I mean, 27.54 meters. Absolute beast of a thing. But when you compare, is that 7 as well? Oh, it is 7. I thought they were faster than that. Let me check that out. 7 MP, 7 mph. Huh. I stand corrected. I thought these weeders went at 12 mph. I stand corrected. But you need a lot of horsepower for this thing. Holy buckets. What is it? That's 120 horsepower. 350 horsepower. Holy crikey. And it is absolutely massive. But it does require a lot of juice to use this thing. So I've used everything. Everything is working as it should. I'm not a huge fan of articulated equipment. Especially if you're reversing. One of the things I found as well, now this particular setup here isn't too bad connecting, but the smaller air seeder and cart is an absolute nightmare to put them together. For example, this here is solid. It's a solid connection to the piece of equipment. But the other one is articulated, and it's articulated in, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 places. So everything seems to move independently. It's just an absolute pain in the ass trying to maneuver it into position, to hook up to the C cart. It took me about 10 minutes to put the 2 pieces together. But other than that, everything works fine. As I said, it is a very, very high quality models and pack. So let's put this here. There we go. So that's your I don't think it gets any more big than this setup right here. 1100 horsepower triple wheel tractor beast. We've got a 600 horsepower 30.5 meter seeder, and then a seed cart with 45,000 plus litres. Absolutely enormous. I want to show you guys something that I downloaded as well, which I thought was a little bit interesting and cute. As you can see, these are carrots that I'm doing here. It looks like Blue Type is live on Twitch at the moment. He's streaming American Truck Simulator. I want to show you this. Look at this, guys. Look at this little beauty right here. This is a 1 meter plow. Look at this thing. How cute is that? Yeah, he's streaming. Blue Type is streaming on Twitch at the moment. ATS. A 30 horsepower 1 meter plow. Isn't that cute? Look at that thing. I mean, pretty much anything can work with that. What's the lowest horsepower tractor? Hell, even with the Valtra. I'm sure there are even lower horsepower than that. I don't have anything lower horsepower installed, but I'm sure you could get them. Let's just take a look at that thing. Now, I'm not sure. Could that be the smallest plow in the game? Isn't there a 0.6 meter? Look at this thing. I wonder can you pick it up? No. The paint job isn't the best, but it looks a bit used, you know. Well, it's not bad. You know, it's not super duper high quality. I wonder was it converted from FS17. You know, that it looks like it could have been something else. But yeah, a 1 meter plow. Realistically, I wouldn't use something like that because it's just too small. So we're doing carrots here. So obviously this is a multi-fruit map, and well, you've got different headers for different tasks. So let me see, can I speak? You use the same, you know, Terra variant, but the headers are different. So this is carrots. I also have onions planted, and then eventually I'll do red cabbage and green cabbage. And you know, it works, you know, as it should. I don't believe carrots are worth that much money in game. So he's almost finished here. I might actually dismiss him. I think I will. Yeah, let's dismiss him. So where are we at? So there's a little bit up here that was missed. And I think we'll go to field 52 next. So this is the 23-meter air seeder, and this is the what's that, 7950. I hope everyone was watching DJ Goham earlier today, streaming. Good fun as always. This is a fairly substantial field here as well. I wonder, will I put something... let me think about this now. I may have reserved that field for the big boy. Oh, crap. Oh, that's not good. See what I'm talking about this way? It's all articulated left, right, and center. Look at this. It's an absolute nightmare, this thing. So you see that? The wheels are articulated. This section is articulated. The bloody wheels are articulated. And then this part as well. It's an absolute disaster trying to use this thing. Oh my days. And you just cannot reverse back to save your life. There's just so many different parts that are articulated. The tractor is articulated. The bloody seed tank is articulated. I mean, the only way out of this now is to... Hey Cecil, how are you? The only way out of this is to fold the damn thing. It's got just too many moving parts. Hey Charles, how are you, sir? How are things? There we go. Do I think the pack is worth the money? I would say yes. You know, despite, you know, a little bit, you know, issues here and there, there's not many of them. I think overall it's the second best DLC outside of the class pack. Now, it's not going to appeal to everybody. It appeals to me because on Ricciville, as you can see here, this is a 4X map. All the fields are pretty much, you know, squares and rectangles for the most part. They are very worker friendly. There's huge grass areas around the borders. For my particular gameplay style and the map that I'm on, it absolutely suits this map. But overall, I think there aren't that many maps out there that will benefit from this type of DLC. The machines are simply too large to you know, to use. You wouldn't be using this on Fellsbrunn, for example. You know, the roads are too narrow. There's not enough space around the board. You know, the field borders or edges. You need very large fields. You'll be using this equipment purely to make things more efficient. You know, if you're knocking out millions of liters of soybeans or something like that, and you need to get things done quickly, then this is absolutely ideal. It's a time saver for sure. But it's not going to suit, you know, everybody's gameplay style. And there are only certain maps that will, you know, truly benefit from it. I do love the folding animation on this thing. It's really, really good. Really, really nice. There's a lot of independent parts that are articulated. So you see there, they all kind of move independently of one another. You know, they're not everything. You know, it's not all rigid. All the connection hoses and everything looks fantastic. Isn't that cool? Now, what am I missing here? There's something missing here. So, how many of you guys, is it out in console yet? Do you know? I heard there was a bit of a delay from it coming out in console. On Steam, it didn't appear till, I don't know, like 10:15 a.m. this morning, my time. And that's done. There we go. So we're doing soybeans. I made a bit of a boo-boo here. I wanted this to be all soybeans, but unfortunately, well, some of it is wheat. So I had to put a line down the middle, you know, cultivate a section to separate the two crop types. Uh, and I've done sugar beets up here. They're all done. This is potatoes. This is onions. I've done the old devil's weed here, hemp, uh, just to make a little bit of money. This is what we own so far. As you can see, I'm making excellent progress. My ultimate aim is to own the entire map. And once I own the entire map, I'll consider it, you know, uh, mission accomplished, and we'll try and find a new map. Another reason I'm not a big fan of these big buds is the speed of it. 19 mph is too slow. What else do I have? I do have other mods that we could probably take a look at. There was yet another version of the John Deere 7030 that came out. I swear there are so many versions of John Deere tractors on PC. It's hard to keep track of them. It's kind of one of the reasons why I don't download a huge amount of John Deere stuff. But this particular one looked kind of interesting. The file size is absolutely massive. It's over 100 megabytes for a single tractor. So I wanted to see why the file size was so big. I believe it's under medium tractors. Oh, that's why. Ah, okay. So there's two versions. Uh, you have the 7030, and then you have the IC control version. Although I must admit, this is a very, very high quality mod once again. Obviously, this is the well, it should be the American. Now it does have the license plate on the back, but its configuration screams US. 220 horsepower, 31 mph. So you have your options here. You have 450 kilogram front weight, 900 extra weight. I'm not sure what that. It doesn't say how heavy it is. Front hydraulic with a PTO, and then back to standard. So you have wheel options. You have Trelleborg, Michelin. Only 2 options. That's interesting. I expected more than that. So Trelleborg and Michelin. Michelin are slightly wider. You have wheel weights. Michelin Mach X bib. I have no idea what that is. Then with a weighted version. I think that's reversing the thread. That's what it looks like to me. It's reversing the thread. That's RDA. So I guess that's adjustable tire pressure. Twin narrows at the back. Rear twins. Back to standard. So wheel weights, Trelleborg. Yeah, so it's reversing the tire thread at the front here. RDA again. Back to standard. So many options. Design option. A logo. A Frick logo. B&S logo. Krone. Agromix. And back to standard. Not a big fan of... So I have another design option here. Oh, we have the terminals inside. So I see that 4 terminals are added. And GPS at top. And then the full package. So GPS and terminals. IC buttons. Yes or no. Fenders. Yes. So you can see the fenders. Exhaust configuration. Chrome. Standard. I like the chrome one. Number plates configuration. None. So you can choose the license plates here. Choose whether you want it on the exhaust or the front here. That's interesting. It looks like on the back here, it looks like there's another license plate under that license plate. That's interesting. Beacon light configuration. You know, your usual left, right, whatever you want. Working lights configuration. So you add lights in the front here. Add lights on the sides. And then the full package. John Deere accessories. You can put a logo on it. You can put the Deere bonnet here. You can put the stickers and then the full package. Warning signs. Well, and they fold in as well, by the way. So with the IC controls, you can actually move them in and out. So this is the European version. That's the American version. That's well, you never see that, but that's an option if you wanted it. And then none. Specials extra. Oh, you have an air horn. You have the top lights up here. So you see the top lights. So you can put the full Monty here. Engine setup. 35, 250 horsepower. So I have 3 engine setups, 220, 235, and 250. Now you've got a front loader attacher, which is John Deere 634R, Hauer, Quick, and none. So yeah, there is an absolute butt ton of options on this thing, as you can see. A lot of options there. That would most certainly account for the 100 megabyte file size of this thing. Now I've actually used this before, this particular tractor, another version of it or another revision of it. Everything works fine. It's very, very high quality, especially the interior as well. Obviously, this is PC only. I wouldn't imagine this is going to come to console for various reasons. But yeah, so this should, it's available on the various dodgy websites. I also believe I could be wrong, but I believe that the bonnet here, you can move the bonnet up and down, and you can see the engine inside. I believe that is a thing. But yeah, so that's the John Deere 7030. As I said, you do get 2 versions. One is with and without IC. So yeah, there you go, my friends. Let us just collect more of these carrots here. I don't think there's any money in carrots, to be perfectly honest. It's something different to do. Oh, it's finished already. Okay. Let me just save the game here. Let me check this out. And we shall, excuse me, we shall see how he did. Not too shabby. Everything seems fine. I still have quite a lot of seed left in my in the cart here. At this point, the tractor could definitely do with a repair, but since it's rented, I'm not going to bother. I'll just wait until it's it's got 2.2 hours on the clock, so I'll sell it just before it hits 3. So you can see the difference here. Because that air seeder is so large, that the worker has decided not to do the bottom of the headlands here. So that would be a good opportunity. Well, what I would recommend is with the A 30-meter air seeder, I recommend putting headlands down. It'll make the worker's job a lot easier. So that's what we'll do here. We'll put a headland in place. And we'll use a bit more of this seed and fertilizer. I'm certainly not going to waste it. I'll probably just have to unload it and put it back into my my silo. Oh crap, no, don't do this to me. Holy buckets, it's stuck. Oh dear. Oh Lord have mercy. Straighten up. So it does use a lot of seed though. Seed and fertilizer. But it is 30.5 meters, so you would expect it to, you know, consume a lot of material. I'm not sure if we're going to get any mods today. My guess would be no. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, we're gonna fill this with the carrots, I think. Hey, Buck, how are you, sir? How are things? I think it might be beneficial actually to get a second one of these machines, and you know, we could knock out these carrots and onions a lot quicker if I had a second machine working away. It'll be interesting to see how much I get for the carrots. I don't imagine I'm going to get a huge amount of money. Right, let's unload this. What do you think of the Borgo DLC, Outlaw? Or have you not got it yet? Oh, you know what? I might actually get rid of those. Where is it? Let me get rid of this stuff here. Uh, 0 days. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. I wonder, should I rent another sugar beet harvester? Sugar beet harvester. Holy buckets, look at the size. Oh my days. The price of that thing. Wow. And now, of course, we need an appropriate heather for it. Carrot. That's not it. Is that it? Is that's the header. Unfold. There we go. Let's see if we can speed things up here. Pipe out. All-wheel steering. That's correct. So that should speed things up a little bit. What else do we have here? Let's fold this chap here. I think I'm going to be done with this guy. Does anyone know if there's has anyone checked the mod hub yet to see if there's anything out? I don't expect anything, but you never know. Yeah, I think the Borgo DLC was worth $7.99. I'm quite pleased with the the content. No, return. I see that the spaceship has disappeared, or the UFO. I'm very disappointed about that. You know, I was hoping to you know, do some farming with it. Very disappointed. I asked Alien Jim about it this morning. I saw him in someone's stream earlier today, but I got no reply. So that leads me to believe that maybe, yes, you know, he is working on some secret mission. Now, why didn't that? There we go. I was wondering what was going on there. Jack Flanagan is live. I assume that is Liam Flanagan? Jack Flanagan. Jack Flanagan. So he's on in 30 minutes. Jack Flanagan Farming. Okay. So he's live in 30 minutes. Interesting. Yeah, I think maybe I'll jump off soon myself. A lot of people are going to be streaming the Borgo DLC today. Oh, holy buckets! Oh dear! Oh Lord, have mercy! Look at this. Oh, that's not very good. Holy buckets. Don't panic, we have a solution. If in doubt, use brute force. There you go. Yeah, lots and lots of people are going to be streaming today. I've done a couple of sessions, 2 or 3 sessions actually in the last couple of days, more than I normally do. Well, I'm not going to stay on, you know, I'm not going to stay on too long more, I don't think. Now, why didn't that? Okay, now it did. Does anyone have? Let me ask you guys. Does anyone have a solution for this problem? Let me show you this. I've got something. See that? I've got that stuck inside in the, you know, the bin. So what I did was, you know, I tried to unload, you know, a cedar, and you know, it took some of them, and then this got bloody stuck. Does anyone have a solution for that? How I might be able to get that out of there? I haven't found any way so far to get that. And I'm not sure, and I have one here as well. See that? Bloody thing. See that? Son of a gun. No way to get at it though. I don't think super strength will allow me to travel through solid objects though. Maybe the what's it called? The easy development mod might have a solution. Don't know. I mean, it's not a big deal or anything, but you know, it's kind of, you know, it's one of those things that just bugs you. You know it's there, and you can't get rid of it. Hey Hayden, how are you, sir? How's things? I'll see that now. Why didn't that take it? Oh, there it is. There we go. Good stuff. We have our egg pallets here. So, you know, we're just waiting for them to fill up. And then we'll go and sell them. We'll leave that there. Surely someone needs to be unloaded here. You know what? Let me take a look at... Oh, hold on a second. Oh, quick, quick, quick. Oh, yes, yes. Dismiss. Fold. Let's get the hell out of his way. We are going to disconnect that, and then we're going to disconnect that. I'm wondering if you can put two C carts together. There is a hitch on the back of this. Okay, so I'm thinking that we could potentially put two items together. Let's see about that. I don't know, has anybody done that yet? Let's fold this up. Let's see if I can put two C carts together. Let's see what happens. That's one. Okay. can I connect this one to this one? Let us see what happens. Oh no. That is going to be very, very difficult to move into position. Oh, articulation. That's all we need. Oh dear. Let's try that again. And let us see, can we line things up a little bit better? I don't know if I'll be able to do this. That's articulated. Is this a different system here? Come on, slowly does it. Come on, dude. I'm not getting any indication. It's not going too bad, no, Hayden. Not going too bad at all. Oh, hold on. Oh, it does. Ha ha. And did the capacity double? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me try that. I wonder if you could like have two seat carts and then the thing on the front. Let me it does. Do you see what it is? The capacity increases. Look at that. Oh man, that works. Holy shit. So I guess I suppose since that works, could you then could you then put this on it? I'm not sure if anyone has tried that so far, but that could be a thing. Well, I mean, it all depends on whether that will actually work with the air seeder or not. I'll have to test it out on a field. Oh crap! The bloody thing moved. Oh, articulated tractors and seeders and carts. Ugh, I absolutely loathe them. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. Holy Toledo. I don't know if this machine is going to pull it though, or work with it. Holy buckets. Let's see if this works. I mean, potentially, if you wanted to, you could put two, seed carts together, and you could have, I don't know, 92,000 liter capacity. If you had maybe on field 17 on Wild West. Yeah, it does. It takes both tanks, but will it work with the seeder? That's the thing. I mean, both of them are showing up. The only way to know is, to use up the material in. Oh crap! We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I suppose we'll find out once one of the tanks, empties. 9 mph. Is that what the working speed is? Let me save the game there. Where is it? Borgalt. What is the speed of this? 11. So yeah, it is sluggish now. It's definitely not full speed. So you probably need something beefier than that. Let me stop this. Let me swap this out for the big bud, and let's see if that makes a difference. I mean, it should. I mean, this is the highest bloody horsepower machine in the game. What I can do is I can probably get rid of. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. Hopefully I didn't delete something I needed. I want to keep that one. Yeah, let's try this out. Yes, it can, Outlaw. It can fast farm. Actually, there is another bug that's been reported on the Giants forum with this particular seeder, the 100-foot seeder. So this one here is that when the machine is raised up, in the raised up position, and you can actually plant with the seeder in the raised up position. That is a bug. It's already been reported to Giants. It's already, on the bug report forum. That's been reported as an issue. So obviously this is the raised up position, and that's down. So yeah, I mean, I can confirm that. Do you see that? That's in the raised position and it's planting. You see that? And then I can lower it down. so it's slower. Okay, now watch this when I raise it up. So you see that? So that is that's a bug. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. So potentially you could do this at the well, I mean, it's saying 16. It's possible you can do it that faster. So as you can see there, it is in the raised position. Hey Julian, how are you, sir? So that's definitely a bug. Now, I just want to test it in its normal, state. So it's still doing 9 mph there, and as I said, the DLC says it goes 11. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Ah, is it growing? Well, there you go. I mean, growth is yeah, it's the first stage. So this is cultivated. So this is the first stage. It is not. Oh, that's interesting. You see what's happening here? It's not fertilizing. You see that? So I have this field spread with, I already have it sprayed once for, the first fertilization pass. But it's not actually, in the raised position, it's not putting down a second layer of fertilizer. It definitely seeds. Oh crap! Come on, dude. Oh god, I'm gonna have to fold it again. So let me just try this again. Let me put it down. Let me turn it on. And let me see, will it turn to the second stage? No, I need to wait a little bit for the no, it is for some reason it is not putting down a second layer. That's interesting. Does anyone know what's going on there? I mean, it should be fertilizing this field. Why would it not be not putting down a second layer of fertilizer? So it was spread once. No, no, Julian, that was this particular field was just standard solid fertilizer. That's normal, you saying? I'm not. I I don't think that is normal. As I said, this field has been cultivated. I used, I sprayed it with one layer of solid fertilizer. Yeah, it's been cultivated. You can see the cultivation here. It's had one spray of solid fertilizer. So that's the first stage. Like, here you can see it. And it should be putting, I mean, this is a direct drill. It seeds and fertilizes. It should be putting down a second layer. But for some reason, it's not. And as you can see as well, my fertilizer is being used up. I cultivated it first and then spread it afterwards. I can't put solid on solid. Really? I mean, I'm fairly sure I've been doing it for forever. So that's turned on, okay, but it's in the raised position. So we lift it up again. So watch this. So, and that isn't necessarily fast farming. That's a bug. So you can see it here that it's going down. So yeah, there's definitely a bug with this thing. As I said, that I'm not using the fast farming trick here. I'm simply just raised up the it isn't in the down position. It is missing pieces as well, as you can see. See the way it's skipping and missing sections. So you could take advantage of this. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, you're right. I'll try it on a. I'll prepare a fresh field with nothing on it and see what happens then. So fast farming is available, uh, and all you basically have to do is just, even if you can't, if you don't know how to use fast farming, all you have to do is put the implement in the raised position, and well, you can plant at 16 mph. So yeah, there are a few bugs in the DLC, uh, and I've already Farmer Klein pointed out a fairly substantial bug with the 9RX. PTO not working. I discovered that the fan inside, in there's a fan. See the way that fan is spinning? The fan in the 9RX isn't spinning, so that's a bug. So hopefully you guys, as we move along, you'll do more extensive testing. I'm fairly confident. Our good friend Mr. Julian Haw, the FS19 consultant, will, if there are any issues or exploits, he will discover them in short order. He has a knack for finding all sorts of little workarounds, little errors to take advantage of it. So as you can see, it did kind of skip here and miss a few sections. It missed it again there. Obviously, if you put it down, it's going to work fine. Actually, you're right. I could do that. Yeah, I could change the C type. Let me do that, actually. I can always do it, I can always... Oh, that's interesting. So I have to select the... do I have to select each tank? Why is that showing like that? That's interesting. I wonder why that is happening. So now it's only selecting two, it's only showing one tank. And then if I change it, so how would I change the other one? I think that might mean that you can't use both tanks at the same time. Obviously, they're not connected, so that's why it's disappearing there. That's interesting. So what I'm seeing here is, even though I have two seed carts connected, uh, one of them is only physically hooked up to the seeder here. So one of them is only actually working. Now what you could do is you could hook up two seed carts to the back, as I have it. Once one of them runs out, you could, I suppose you could disconnect it and then hook up the other one. But then that kind of seems like a lot of hassle to, connect and disconnect, the carts. I don't think that would be an efficient use of your time doing it that way. What do you think, Julian? So, I mean, while the two carts do connect up and you can see the capacity of both of them, it seems to me that one of them is only physically working. Which makes sense, since it's actually the hoses are connected to the back of it here. I mean, the other tank isn't physically connected to the seeder. Anyways, I'm sure you guys will figure all this stuff out. I'm just going to let the worker finish off here. What the hell? Oh, crap. Holy buckets. Son of a beast. I don't think it's a cultivating issue. I think it's more the fact that while you can physically hook up two seed carts together, they're not linked to the actual ear seeder. So the ear seeder is only recognizing the seed cart that it's actually physically connected to via the hoses. And I don't think there's, while it's kind of cool to have two seed cards hooked up together, there's no actual practical benefit in doing it, because even you'd have to, even if the one of the carts was emptied, you'd still have to disconnect and reconnect the other cart. You can't use both of them together, is what I'm trying to say. You can't fill up both seed carts and use the combined capacity of both of them to to plant your fields with. It only recognizes the seed cart that is physically connected to the ear seeder. That's what I'm attempting badly to explain. Does it cultivate? Well, I mean, it, yeah, I see what you're saying. I would have to, I would need to have a field that has been. So what you're saying is, I'm gonna need a field that has been harvested, and then you want to see will it, will it plant? Is that what you're saying? I mean, as I said, this is the up position. Okay, that's down, that's up. Turn it on, and it's seeding the field. It's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to lower the implement for it to, for it to do any work. But as you can see, it's doing it in the raised position. So that's it lowered down, and it goes to a lower speed. See that 8 mph. Raise it up. It goes up to 16. And the soil composition hasn't changed at all. You know what? The more I see these machines, I think they're really broken. I think they're really broken. This thing, it's not fertilizing. That is not. It's not supposed to be like that. As I said, I've done this so many times. The same system of preparing fields. I can plow a field. I can spray it with solid fertilizer. So that's one application. I can get a direct drill or an air seeder, and I can plant and seed and do the whole two things the entire field is done. I think these mods are broken. They're not behaving as they should be. But anyways, I mean, once you get it, Julian, you'll test it yourself, and you'll. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so let's let's put down grass. What the hell? Okay, that's grass. So you want me to go over what's already been put down? Uh, no, that's not working. Let me try a different crop than grass. That's sorghum. Okay, let's try that. No, it's not changing from canola. Now, if I put it down, it is changing once I put it down. So no, it doesn't. Uh, in the up position, it will not. It will not change what's already there. So yeah, so it's on now. It's in the up position, and it is not planting over what's already there. If I put it down, Yeah, it is. It is replanting it to sorghum. But can we at least agree that you know it's not supposed to it's not supposed to do that? Uh, I mean, you know I'm fairly certain that if you raise an implement up as this is now, that it is not supposed to plant. As you can see, what it is doing here. And I'm going at 16 mph. And if I put it down, your speed drops in half. Something to be tested, my friends. Something to be tested. I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit of investigation into what's going on with these things in the next few days. There's definitely, it's definitely bugged though. I think that's the takeaway from this little experiment. There's definitely bugs there that need to be addressed. And I've kind of screwed up this field now as well. Oh, holy buckets. I'm not sure if I can use this field for anything now. I may have to just plow over the bloody thing. Oh man, you know what? I think I'm actually done with. I think I'm actually done with messing with this thing. Uh, Let me get rid of that. So yeah, wait for patch 1.2 is the conclusion of that. But yeah, you know, Julian, if you are going to be streaming whenever, you know, most certainly do check that out and see can you. Oh my God, look at this. See can you confirm what myself and others have noticed already. What the hell is going on? I'm going to move this guy up here, I think. Fold header, fold harvester. Unfold harvester, unfold header. No, you have not completed your task. You haven't even started. Oh, I've got the wrong bloody header, haven't I? What an idiot. I don't have an onion header. That's why it won't work. Ugh, bloody thing. Uh, yeah, I don't have an onion header. Ah, garage. What else can we return? Let's get rid of that thing. Let's get rid of that thing. I've got seed in these two things, so I don't want to waste all of that. Okay. So you know what? I think I'm actually going to call it there. Mr. I know, there are other people who are going to be streaming or want to stream. So yeah, I'm going to call it right here, my friends. I think that's a really, really good spot to end it. I can fix up that particular field offline and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. Anyways, yeah. So that was interesting. You know, um, I think we learned a few things. I think there's going to be a few more bugs that people are going to discover as we go along. But bloody giants, eh? Releasing buggy software. Oh dear. Anyways, that is where we're going to leave, my friends. Mr. Jack Flanagan, which I believe is Liam Flanagan, is streaming at the moment. If you want to go check him out. I believe Julia might be streaming fairly soon. Outlaw Buck Farms will be streaming later on as well. I'm sure Tiny will as well. Yeah, all the cool people will be streaming throughout the day. So there you go, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. God willing, we shall see you again. Take care. Bye bye.